Hey, Michael here. And so now I've heard people been talking about the thing of one gorilla versus 100 men, and they're talking about if 100 men can defeat one gorilla. Now, I believe that one gorilla could defeat 100 men. No, I don't. But here, I'm going to show you what it would look like if 100 men were to defeat one gorilla, even though I don't believe that. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And so I came up with a plan because it's not just a thing of oh, it's just by strength or by this or by that. I came up with a plan. It was like, I think I got a good plan how 100 men could defeat one gorilla. Let me show you my plan. Let me show you what I got here. I got a plan. I got some plan that I planned out, wrote it up. I'm gonna show you this plan. So if 100 men were to beat one gorilla, it would have to start off with I have some groups. Now we'd have to take the 100 men and divide them up into groups. We have the groups, and the groups are four groups. Technically five, but four groups. I'll say five groups. The five groups are the runners, the assists, the big backs, down unders, and the elite. And so the game plan is right here. First, the runners. The runners would have to run up. There's a group with the runners, and those runners are there's four little groups. Each group has six runners, and those runners would have to run up and attack the gorilla. That is the X, but they're not attacking, they're just running because they're runners. And so see, what they would do is run up and rush. This is the starting position, and with them out there, up there at the top, we have 24 men out there. What they would do is rush up towards the gorilla. The gorilla would rush down, and the finishing position would look like this. The gorilla rushed down on them. They split up into the side, like divide. What they're trying to do is just basically tire out the gorilla. So after this first go, the runners, they hit, whoosh, they split, they part, and we still got 24 men. Now, right after that, we bring out the next group, the ISIS. Now, the ISIS, here's how it starts. The position right there, the gorilla right there. After the gorilla rushed it down to where it anticipated, and it saw where the runners were, so the gorilla rushed down there. The runners, they parted and divided, and whoosh, they went to the sides. Now we have the ISIS, and when the ISIS come out, they're up there, right? And then what they do is they kind of line up for their four groups of six each, and then here's how it goes. The ISIS, what they're going to do is they're going to rush around the gorilla. The gorilla is going to see a group. It's probably going to go over there. Maybe we'll say it's probably going to go over there to that side. That is probably going to rush up to the group on the right. It's probably going to rush up to the group on the right and rush up towards them. Well, if it rushes up, so you can go either way. You can rush up that way or that way. If they rush up that way, then the ISIS come that way. If it goes opposite way, the ISIS go opposite way. But basically, when the gorilla rushes up towards those runners will run up and away from the gorilla, just tire them out. Then the other runners will run down and run behind the gorilla. The ISIS, they're running in the opposite way too. But they're running and trying to line up behind the gorillas. See, these ISIS, their jobs is to go and aim for the gorilla's eyes, take the gorilla's eyes out, you take his sight out. That's a huge advantage on the human side for the 100 men. Now, after that, right here, we got the big backs coming in. Now, where those ISIS split up, and some of them ran down there with some runners, and some of them, the other runners are up there. The ISIS are closing in on the gorilla. The gorilla's getting tired. Right there, we have the big backs. Now, the big backs, they come lined up at the bottom. Now, what these big backs are going to do, these big backs are going to rush up, and the big backs are going to try to pin the gorilla. They're going to hop on the gorilla back, try to ride it down, weaken it, pin it. Now, it's a move where they need to take the gorilla's eyes out, and they need to hop on the big backs and hop on the gorilla's back. So the runners, they rush and run into a group right in front of the gorillas, okay? And the ISIS, they run towards him and try to take his eyes out. Now I put a little blotch on the gorilla, a little marking right there, because that little marking is where they took that gorilla eye out. Boom, right there, they took one of the gorilla's eyes out, and they to the ISIS, but then it's 0. They all died right there. The other ISIS are in the back right there. They're also going to rush and try to get the gorilla's eyes. But for now, we got the big backs coming up behind the gorilla, closing in. And so when they come up on the gorilla, they're going to try to target the gorilla's back. And so the runners are still in front, two groups of ISIS in the back. And we got the big backs coming up on the gorilla. But this is where we start to see some casualties. So far, though, we got 60 men out and about, ready to take this gorilla down. We got 12 dead, so it was not too bad on the human side. Right up for this one, now we got some little more movement going on. Right here, we got some strategy. The runners now, they're gonna start hollering. When the runners are hollering, the runners are also confusing things. They are confusing the gorilla with their noise or hollering. That's their job now. So that's why the runners, they'll split up and kind of like almost surround the gorilla, try to confuse him. We got two groups going, one up there, one up there at the top, and another one up there at the top near there at the top, and then we have one in the middle there, and one group run all the way down the bottom there. Big back's closing on the gorilla. Gorilla's got one eye, struggling. What these big backs do, they're starting to jump on the gorilla and try to get on his back and try to like pin him down. We got some casualties there. Some of the big backs are going out. They're not going to all be making it. It's rough for them. So that's what's going on there. We have the ISIS. The ISIS are still they're hanging in there. They're closing in. They got to aim for the eyes. And right here now we have the big backs. Now we're introducing the down unders. Now the down unders, they're lined up down there. What they're going to do, this play, down unders, they aim for the legs. That's the goal, down unders, they aim for the legs. So what we got going on here is we got a lot going on here. We got the down unders rushing, they're trying to get the legs. We got the ISIS jumping down and they coming in. ISIS are coming in and they aiming for the eyes. They finally do take out the gorilla's second eye. So now gorilla's blind. Gorilla's got no eyes. And what we got here is we got all the ISIS are gone. They're all gone. They took out the eyes, but they're all gone. We have some more casualties for the big backs. We lost some big backs. We definitely did lose some of the down unders because it's a dangerous position to have. They got to aim for the legs, and it's going wild. The gorilla's he's fighting, he's struggling, but they try to attempt to grab him, grab his legs. He was over there, and he did rush a little bit. The gorilla, he did move and rush a little bit over there, but the down unders, they're still under there trying to get him. What we have is we do have the runners still running around hollering, and they're trying to confuse the gorilla. Gorilla's got no eyesight now, so it's something. It's definitely something, and it's working some. So right now it's looking good. It's rough. We got 34 men out and about and 62 dead. So it's not looking too good, but this is a decent plan, right? This is these plans. We got something on the gorilla, right? We got a blind, weak, tired gorilla, and so let's see how we're going to finish this off. Now right here we introduce the elite. Now the elite right here is the ones that we had groups come out, and we had basically 4 groups of 6 for each 4 of the different classes we had. Now this last class, the elite, is 1 from each of those classes. The biggest, strongest elite guy, the ones. So the elite here, basically 1 elite runner, one elite ISIS, 1 elite big back, and 1 elite down under. And so they have different jobs, but they're basically going to finish up this gorilla, right? Because 100 men, we got this. So right here, we got this play right here where it shows we got the runners. The runners closing and still making noise and trying to confuse the gorilla. Gorilla's still trying to do his thing. but it has some down unders trying to hold its legs right there in the end. Right there, the down unders holding the legs down, so it's not moving much. It's blind, it's struggling, and the runners with the noise is closing on gorilla, and the gorilla is so tired and worn out, just struggling. Now this is how we're gonna finish it off. This is how the men gonna win right here. Okay, right over here. Here's the finish right here. We have the elite coming up on it. This is some things going on that I put so you can know what's going on. We have the elite down under rushes and holds the left leg. Well, basically, yeah, holds the leg and try to hold his arms. Then we have another elite runner hold the right leg. Then we have the elite ISIS. Basically, we have that elite ISIS. He runs right up in the front, and he tries to like grab the head and then try to fight it. This is fine. We'll try to grab the head. Then we have that elite big back run up on its back, and what that elite big back does is that elite big back, he takes that shirt rope that he made where all the elites are standing down there. The elites remove their shirts and they make a shirt rope, and they give it to that elite big back. And that elite big back, he runs over there with a shirt rope, and what he does is he takes that shirt rope and he wraps it around that gorilla's big thick neck head. And what he does, like when he wraps it around the gorilla's big throat neck head, he tightens it up and he pulls it around the back of the gorilla's head, and he locks it up, and he continues to apply the pressure. And that weak, low stamina, breathing heavy, struggling gorilla, that gorilla gets choked out. That gorilla does get choked out, and the gorilla does die. That's how the gorilla is gonna die. That's how 100 men are gonna beat the gorilla, because they're gonna weaken the gorilla by using strategy instead of just force. They don't need a rush and dogpile necessarily, but just running around, letting the gorilla use up his stamina, that's a good tactic. We can lower the gorilla like stamina and weaken him in that sense. Men are built for speed and more endurance, and built more for speed than gorillas, and has more endurance, so they need to press on and use the things that they're more, they have more advantage over the gorilla with. So use their speed and endurance and just run around and confuse the gorilla, holler and confuse the gorilla also. Then go for the gorilla's limbs, try to bring him down. His stamina's low, so he's weak, he's struggling. Then what they do, weak, struggling, they go and they like pin him down, hold him down. He's struggling, he's fighting, but they pin him down, and then they wrap him around his neck and they choke him. They choke him out. They hold his head down, hold his limbs down, they choke him out, and that's how the gorilla's gonna die. 100 men choke out that gorilla. Right here, we have some losses. We definitely have some losses, but it's no worries. Yeah, the men will win for sure.